Good morning and hello, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Supermodel Racing Review for Wednesday the 10th of August 2022. Quick look at yesterday's results then for Tuesday the 9th. We were at Chelmsford on the all-weather in the 4:45. We had to go at three horses against in this race really. The one we chopped out was this number 3 Menalippi, which came second at 4-1. We were on the eventual winner, which was Sin or Pockets, which won at 9-2. We got 5-1 on that. We're also on this Comedian Leader, which was giving us a slight loss. That came third at 11-8. We got 6-4 on that. And we're also on this Miss Marianne, which came last of the four at 11-4, and we got 4-1 on that. Now we sort of staged it around. We ended up putting £5 of our £8 unit, multiples of. So a pound, £3, and we ended up winning £13 per £8 unit, as we got a 5-1 winner at £3 stake per £8. So in our case, we're betting at about 100 times that level. So we sort of clicked for about £1,300 there. So anyway, it doesn't really matter the size you're betting. It's just a case of saying that per £8. Or in this case we're using £5 stake, we gained 13, which is 2.6 to 1. So it was a pretty good result really. And if you want to improve your racing, looking at race reviewing, then it's worth a look at this. Look at the first two races of this Sin or Pockets. Have a really good look, because if you watch the way that horse runs, you'll see for the first time out in Chelmsford at 6 furlongs, you'll see what we're sort of partially what we're going on about. You'll see that this horse, the way it runs, and then if you watch the race, this race which we won again yesterday, you'll see how ragged it is, and that just tells you how quickly that Comedian Leader and Miss Margaret went off to make this horse, which is a very clean, nice galloper, sort of became ragged, but still won quite nicely. So, and that's what this Menalippi was off the pace and came through to second. And anyway, and that's going into detail. So we'll stop that there and write up today's racing. Right, we're back with up today's racing then for Wednesday the 10th of August. No filter one, which is our structural filter, no ratio, but we've got an alternate at Kempton on the all-weather at 650. As of yesterday, the accounts come up to plus 70.35 units in profit anyway, so we've got to mention that. Right, so moving on then. So this is an EBF, European Breeders' Fund, Fillies Novice Stakes, Class 5-3 or plus 7 furlongs standard. What do we know about Kempton 7 furlongs? Well, Dundalk and Lingfield are 97, which is slightly quicker than Kempton, which is modelled at 96. Newcastle is slightly slower at 95. And Wolverhampton, Chelmsford and Southall are a lot slower at 92. So it's nearly at the top end of the pace profile, surface profile, something to bear in mind then. So the 6 in the race, the likely favourite is this Fashion Love, number 2. What do we know about Fashion Love? Well, basically, it's had a couple of runs at Lingfield, 8 furlongs and 7 furlongs on the all-weather. And really, it's not got the pace. It's had easy trips. It was drawn 1 both times, and easy trips off the pace, stalking, and then not very clever. Model 96. So we're going to give that one the chop. So we can give the likely favourite the chop. Then what we're left with, we'll talk about this FTO in a minute. Number 1, but so number 3. Which is Minuet. That's been, was it Chelmsford, 6 furlong, model 95. A little bit slower and it's outpaced, so we can give that one the chop. Newsgirl, number 4. Lingfield Maiden, 7 furlong, good, model 99, fair bit quicker, ran very green and outpaced. And it's likely to not be good enough today, so we'll give that one a chop as well. Photobomb number 5. Where is that one? Photobomb, couple of races. Kempton 7 furlongs, model 96. which is our distance and race really effectively, but that was a maiden. And this is it was out the back off a slow pace and made a move, so it's reasonable. Interesting horse, but then it went to Southwell in a novice race, 7 furlongs, lot slower, model 92, and rearing easy. It's likely that horse is going to be fishing for a handicap mark. It's its 3rd run, so we're going to sidestep that one. So we did have a little decent first run, but it's likely to be gamed for its handicap mark today. So that leaves us with this FTO. Bidbury in May or whatever it is. It's a first time outer. We've got limited information on that, obviously, but we're gonna sidestep it and take the risk on that. So we're going to get rid of that one. So that leaves us with True Horizon, which is number 6. True Horizon, racing in Ireland 3 times. The Curragh first time out, maiden 7 furlong, decent maiden. 85, mid-division ran on. Then it ran at Gowan Park, maiden fillies, 8 furlongs yielding. And the winner of that, History, went on to run in the Ribblesdale and the Irish Oaks. So it's been mixing it with 3-year-old pattern horses, fillies. And then it went to Nass on it for its 3rd run, which is likely to be gaming its handicap mark, so you can ignore that. And then, as a 3-year-old, it came out at Brighton, 13th to the 7th. And if you watch that race, it's a 5.5 maiden, good to firm. Basically the second horse in that race, Shawag, went off like a greyhound basically, and our horse, True Horizon, burnt out. The jockey tried to stay with him and burnt the horse out. If you watch the race, you can see it was eased and burnt after about 2.5 furlongs. That was in a 5.5, just over 5 furlong race at Brighton, which is modelled 99, very quick anyway. So it really burnt. So now it's back at a sensible distance and pace surface profile 96, 7 furlongs, because the odds are rather tight, we got 5 to 2, and due to this FTO, which we're having to ignore, number 1, we're going to stick the minimum on here, which basically £1 at using £8 per unit multiples. So we're looking at 0.125 of a unit on at 5 to 2 for a win, and that makes sense, but no more, due to, as we said, the shape of the race, the odds, and the fact that this FTO is there, and the fact that this horse had quite a poor showing, but it's got an excuse in that it really got burnt in that race, and we expected to win. This horse, True Horizon, to win, but we're gonna stick to the minimum at 5 to 2. So anyway, that's what we're doing. If you subscribe, thank you very much. Thanks for watching, and we'll review this tomorrow. And goodbye.